People ask me these questions. How did you ever think about Dianetics? Well, it doesn't seem to me that it required much more than the cultural question itself. It has been with man now for perhaps 50,000 years. What makes man tick? Why does man act as man does act? These questions are found in the oldest literature we have. One looks back into the days of more modern times, let us say ancient Greece, and he finds there in ancient Greece a school which is attempting to answer the problems of the mind, the Asclepian school. Man had already become very conversant with the problems of man by the time Greece was Greece. The Asclepians, for instance, were trying to cure insanity with convulsive shock. They used a drug called hellebore, and it produced much the same results as the electric shock, which is being used today. The various methods employed, the efforts employed to cure insanity, of course, form only a small part of man's efforts. Man isn't wholly concentrated upon insanity. In Dianetics, we certainly aren't concentrated upon insanity or neurosis or even psychosomatic illnesses. We're trying to do something about the activities of the normal man, something about conditions which in the world today are considered to be normal conditions. Dianetics is mainly leveled at the solution of the problems of man's activities, not just at the problems of his psychotic and psychosomatically ill brethren. In Dianetics, what we do know doesn't have variables. Therefore, we can call it quite legitimately a science. But out in advance of it is a tremendous field, as yet utterly unexplored, of philosophy. Philosophy, one might say, is the great unknown of knowledge. Dianetics came straight out of the realm of philosophy, actually, since none of these facts could have possibly have been integrated. None of them could have been, if we had not had a central pivot on which to hang them. And that central pivot was the word survive. It seemed incredible to people that man could only be surviving until one begins to realize the utter abundance necessary for survival. It isn't enough, you know, to raise 1 bushel of wheat per month if one is only going to consume 1 bushel of wheat. One has to raise enough bushels of wheat to take care of all emergencies, and if he raises enough, then he survives. But raising enough wheat and having a great enough abundance would in itself be a pleasure. We find out that survival then proceeds into pleasure, that infinite survival as an organism, a personality, a spirit, however it is that he survives through his children, that is a pleasure, and the attaining of that goal is a pleasure. The act of trying to attain that goal is a pleasure. On the other side of non-survival, we have pain. Pain, the warning light that says, don't go in this direction any further because there lies death. In other words, the rightest one could be was infinite survival for himself, for his children, for his group, and for all mankind. It works out into a simplicity